Alrighty, guys, let's dive into how you can convert more of your followers and friends on social media into paying customers. And what we're going to be covering today specifically is creating more conversations. So how you can engage more with your friends on Facebook and with your followers on your social media channels. So guys, why this is so important is because I believe we should be social on social media. And I actually didn't create that term. I kind of stole it off one of my partners, Dylan Fowler, who's very, very, very savvy on being able to convert customers into paying clients using Instagram. And it's a really, really a nice term that has resonated with me a lot. Now, when we're looking at doing this, guys, so what we're looking at in your social media is being able to create conversations off the back of your content. And I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 different examples that you can test and measure to make this nice and simple, because all the money is created via DM, via chat. Okay, so you want to be connecting with people. You want to make sure that you have a script. We're not going to be covering the script here today. We're going to be covering purely how to make more conversations, but just make sure you have a messenger script for the inner circle members. That's under our section on Sell by Chat. So look, guys, how you do this really well. Initially, you want to have a strategy on how you're going to create more conversations on social media. Now, your basic strategy is using your wall posts on Instagram and then also on Facebook. And you want to be making sure that you're posting at least once on those every single day that you're working. And for those who say that likes and comments don't pay the bills, I don't think they've ever actually closed like $2 million in sales without ads like we have within our programs, and the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sales that our inner circle members close every single month off people liking and commenting on their posts. Because likes and comments and engagement does pay the bills if you know what you're doing off the back of it. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can create more conversations on social media in a nice, simplistic, non-sleazy way. Now, the first way is to grow your audience, guys. Okay, so if on Instagram, having more followers, on Facebook, having more friends. Because whenever anyone connects with you, you want to make sure that you reach out and say hello. It could be as simple as saying, hey, Jimmy, thanks so much for connecting. I hope you get some value from my post, which we really, really like to do because it's pre-framing that your posts are actually going to be valuable. It's just nice, soft intro. Another way that we say hello to people who connect is we actually give them a really valuable resource. So you can say, hey, thanks so much for connecting. I've made this new resource on X. Whatever you want to do, would you like a copy of it? And that way you can start to give at a very, very quick and basic level. Okay. But the first one is by growing your audience. If you have 500 friends on Facebook, if you have 1,000 in a couple of months, then obviously you have more people connect to, more people see your posts, the more conversations you have, and then you can grow your business. And the same flows on Instagram as well. Now, you need to be posting content that gets engagement, right? And that's really, really important, because a little bit like doing a cold call, if you're just like calling random people, trying to get them to sign up to your business, when you're chatting to people, guys, it's a lot easier to talk to people who like and comment and save your posts and view your stories. And if you're posting nice and consistently that's getting engagement, it just makes an easier conversation flow. And that's why a lot of people who do organic marketing really well, they get incredibly high value leads, right? Because the leads have followed them over a long period of time. And an example of this would be the likes of Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Lewis House, those kind of people that if you've been following their posts for a while, you know a lot about them, usually know their story, you know how they got in the industry, what they're passionate about, what they're really great at. So that means you become a really high quality asset to people on social media. And it's why I really love building authority on social media organically, because it's something that pays off not just in the short term, but in the very, very long term. And I'm all for like direct advertising, but I believe this is a better way to build a business. You should be running paid ads, but I think being an organic authority and an influencer within your space will help you in the short term, but more so it'll help you in the long term as well. So you want to create content that gets engagement. So you can track how many people like and comment, and you can test a couple of different posts. A really, really great post I've been talking about a bit recently on the episodes is to make sure that you share why you got into the fitness industry. One of our inner circle members, Reese, did a really beautiful post yesterday about why he got in the fitness industry. And it's a really great message to share, because you're going to get new followers and new friends all the time. So that's a type of story that you can reshare every, 30, 60, 90 days so that your new followers can learn a little bit more about you. Now, next very easy way is especially if you're using Instagram, is to use polls, right? Because on polls, people vote and you can create conversations off the bat. So if you're unsure how to use polls on Instagram, please just use YouTube as your best friend. There's a lot of really, really easy videos to watch. But what you want to do with your polls, a very easy way to start is like this or that. Okay, so you can ask them a question. What is your main training goal at the moment? Weight loss or increasing muscle, right? Do you prefer vegetables or carbohydrates, right? Then you can start to test different things. And when I like to test things, guys, I don't go into it of like, oh, I'm going to do a poll today and I want 100 people to vote. I'm also going to a testing phase of like, look, I'm just going to do one poll every day for 30 days. I'm going to test some different things and do a little bit of study and find what works best for my niche and my audience to create conversations off the back. And I want you to kind of have the same mentality, because I think in marketing, you want to have your set flows and structures, but you also want to bring out those creative juices, guys, and just find what works really well for you. Now, the next one that creates a lot of conversations is a two-step post. And what a two-step post essentially is where people comment below and raise their hand that they're interested in a resource. Dylan Fowler did a really, really good one on Facebook. I think he got like 147 comments. And what he did is he made some trainings for people with ankle and shoulder pain. So he's like a specialist in those areas. The post goes, hey guys, a client reached out to me last week with shoulder and wrist pain. I have 2 free trainings that I sent them over to help them improve those aches. Would you like a copy? And then like a lot of people like commented below, and then he was able to send them a resource and then engage in a chat on social media as well via DM. Okay, so you can use your two-step post like twice a week. And guys, giving away like meal plans, training programs, people love things on mindset and things like that. And again, you just want to test and measure. For the guys in the inner circle, under our organic trainings, we've actually made about 140 of them for you with resources and PDFs and all that kind of stuff. So you can reach out to the customer support team or just kind of have a look at it in the portal as well. But that is a really, really great way to create conversations off social media. And if you do have a group as well, like a Facebook group that you're running and you're chatting to people on, is polls is a really good way in there as well. So you can ask them like different questions on that poll. You can get really good market research and things like that. And guys, there's really like so many ways that you can create conversations on social media. I just gave you like a couple of the most powerful ones here today. But what we're kind of looking at is I want you to write down this term and really, really kind of focus on it over the next 30 to 90 days. Your content drives your conversations. Content drives your conversations. And when you start to do this really, really well, guys, you're going to have a high quality of conversation with a person who's really, really engaged in your content. They're viewing your stories, they're liking and commenting on your posts, they're learning about your story. So when you do really get to a conversation where you're potentially offering help with them, they're already going to be sold on whether they do it or not. So if like, awesome, Jimmy, I'd really love to help you reach X goal. Would that interest you? They're going to say yes, or they're going to say no, which is okay. But they're going to be like built within your funnels and your content over a 30, 60, 90 day, maybe a longer period, where then if they do start, you get a really, really high quality of client, which always makes our life incredibly easy. And guys, what success will look like off the back of it? And it depends like which level you're at. So say in our businesses at the moment, we're able to get 62 sales consultations on average booked without any paid ads in our business. So that's what's fucking possible. It is absolutely crazy when you get this done really, really, really well. But what I want everyone just to focus on at the start is, guys, remember there's levels to this stuff. Okay. So when you're first trying to like grow your business organically with your sell by chat and your content, I want you to just set a goal of getting 1 sales consultation booked per day, right? Do that every single day that you work. It'll take you, maybe 30 minutes to 60 minutes in your sales follow-up time. And then once you get really good at that, you can start to go to 2 bookings a day, 3 bookings a day, 4 bookings a day if you need. Okay. But always just set on that nice, simple goal, 1 booking a day from your social media. And guys, just remember on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media you're on, you are either selling or you are being sold, right? you are either selling or you are being sold on something. With the amount of advertisements, first of all, that are all over social media, and kind of the people like me doing posts and two steps and conversations, and everyone is doing this. Everyone is like kind of promoting their own business. Everyone's like reaching out to you. Is just know that I prefer to be on social media to sell rather than to be sold. Okay. So if you can kind of use that mentality and use social media as your friend to make sure that you're posting content that helps people, that gets engagement, using the polls and stuff that we talked about, and that you're creating conversations to find people's pain points and offer help if you can help them, is a really, really nice way to use social media to make an absolute ton of money. Okay, so hopefully you got a little bit of value from today, guys. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on any of my social media channels. I just want to make sure that you guys absolutely dominate your business. I want to see you helping as many people as you can, have as many people in your fitness businesses as you want, so that we can change the world to be a healthier place. Because if we get you better at doing this content and the messaging, even though you might not want to be great at that stuff, it's actually going to help you change the world. And it's going to help us as a fitness community change the world, because there's so many people on your social media channels, guys, that are overweight, that aren't at their health and fitness goals, that aren't sleeping properly, that have lack of energy, that don't know how to eat because they're confused of all the bullshit they see on social media and the news. And if they can go to a really, really great coach like you, and you can change their life, which I know you can, then we're actually doing a disservice to the world by not producing content that creates conversations and offering help to people. And I always want to kind of flip your mindset on that, because the world isn't getting healthier and fitter, guys. So the better that you can get at your content and your messaging means we're going to help more people, means that more people are going to be happy with the person that they see in the mirror each morning. And that for us is doing a really, really great service to the world. I hope you guys have an absolute epic weekend. As always, any questions, please reach out to me absolutely anytime.